What's up and welcome back, everyone, to episode number 68 of Tuesday Tips and Tricks. I'm your host, Max at WeVideo, and as always, we've got another great episode lined up for you guys today. Before we get started, shout out to everyone who's watching on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. As you enter the chat, let us know where you're watching from, if there's any topics you'd like us to address. Additionally, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as well as hit the bell in the top right corner so you get a notification anytime WeVideo releases a new video. We also have our Tuesday Tips and Tricks landing page where you can go and check out any of our previous episodes, as well as subscribe to receive an email update that goes out every Thursday, notifying you what the following week's episode will be on. All right, so today, as we have people pile in, quick reminder, we also have our WeVideo's Creator Community Summit going on now, which will also be going on tomorrow and Thursday as well. And then we have our WeVideo Summer Contest that's going on now as well. You can continue to participate through the end of July. All right, so today is going to be a mid-year review. We'll be going over quite a few of our hot topics that we've covered here in 2021. And to help us out, we've got our co-host, Tyler Wall.
Hello, Max. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for that intro. Busy week this week for WeVideo. So
yeah, lots going on.
Yeah, we might have a few less people tuning in just because the summit is happening right now and lots of great speakers and workshops going on, but we still got a great episode for you. So let's hop into the editor and start going over some of the, I guess, greatest hits, recent hits for the summer. Hop into the timeline. Yeah, so we're going to go over a few of the tips and effects that were popular with you guys on YouTube from past episodes, review some of these, and then hopefully get some questions from you. As always, if you do have questions, put them in the chat, and we'll be sure to get to those by the end of the episode. So let's go ahead and just preview some of the effects we're going to go over today. First being cloning. So we've cloned Max quite a few times. We just need more Maxes, I think.
Yeah, so this is a feature. Oh,
go ahead.
This is a feature we've gone over before, but we haven't actually shown it using the green screen tool.
Right.
We've gone over how to clone yourself and make duplicates using the cropping tool. The green screen method is actually probably slightly easier, given that you really only need to film once.
Yep.
And then you can just duplicate yourself, essentially doing the exact same thing.
Right, so the previous time we actually shot two Maxes sitting in the same scene, and then just cropped the sides and matched them up. So this method allows us to use the green screen, and it gives us a little bit more freedom as to where we can move Max around. So let's go ahead, delete some of these, and we'll show you how we did this effect from the start. So I'm going to reset. If you hit this trash can here in your transform tab in the clip editor, that's going to reset all the changes you made. Sometimes we need to do this. Same with the crop. And so now we have our original shot here of Max. Let's also reset the green screen.
Nice.
So again, that trash can will reset any effects you've done in these different tabs. So good tip there. All right, so this is our original shot. The green screen, got Max. There's a little bit of desk down here. So this is a clip we used in a previous week. What we did to get rid of that desk is just in our crop tab, bring this edge up. And then let's key this out. So I'm going to go a little bit quick through the color keying. This is a tool we've gone over before in more depth. If you guys have questions, maybe refer back to that. or fire them off. We can go over that if you haven't used green screen a lot.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
looks like we have a question about color keying, which we can get to in a minute.
Oh, okay, great. All right, so we have Max here. And then to clone him, what we're going to do is save these changes. And then we're going to use the tip that we've used quite a bit, which is holding shift as you select a clip and then dragging it to an available space on your timeline. It's going to make an exact duplicate. And then we're just going to make a bunch of these layers. So now we have 4 Maxes, but they're all in the same exact position. So what we can do is go into each one of these. I can scale the Max, move them to a new place, save those changes, and we can just keep going down the line. We can flip him. And again, the green screen gives us a little bit more freedom to scale and place Max where we like.
Yeah, one thing to point out here, helpful tip, is before you decide to clone all of your things, make sure you get all the settings correct. So get rid of the
Right.
green screen, do the cropping, because when you clone it, you're going to take all of those modifications with it.
Yeah, it's a great point. If we had to go back and crop now, it's going to be a little bit more cumbersome. You know, you'll have to do it to each individual versus cropping in the front and then duplicating what you've already cropped.
Yeah. Do it once and then you're set.
Save yourself the hassle. Cool. So that was a really quick way to clone. Obviously a little silly. We put some dinosaurs back here. There are applications in which you can use this that are maybe more realistic. I think we did one, Max, like interviewing yourself.
Yeah, a little trickier to
Lots
do.
of possibilities.
But yeah. So obviously, if you have a green screen at your disposal, this is probably the recommended method. Whereas if you don't, then you can go with the cropping method, which we've done an episode on in the past.
Cool.
Cool. So we have a question, Tyler, from BBD Boys. He's asking, this is actually, I guess, just a product question. In the color grading section, is there going to be a skin tone feature?
Okay. Let me see if I can. So I believe what BBD Boys is asking probably has to do with our color temperature. So this is a setting in your camera called like white balance, right? So you want to get a good skin tone. Right now there's no ability to use a color picker and match the skin tone to our white balance, but you can adjust the color temperature, as you can see here. So warming it up a bit and getting Max's skin tone to look a little bit more natural. I don't know if that answers your question. In the color grading section.
Yeah, I mean, that's news
Skin
to
tone
me.
feature.
I didn't know. Yeah, it seems like temperature is probably the one to edit.
Yeah, I think that's what he means by skin tone feature, but maybe BBD you could clarify a bit more.
Cool.
Yeah, good feedback.
All right. Well, let's kind of go on to the next tip here. So another big thing that we went over in 2021 that received a lot of positive feedback was our episode number 50, where we went over visual effects, special effects, flash animation. And one of the key things that we covered there was the ability to take any of our stock media and then key out a color.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think to keep in mind here is that just because we primarily use a green or blue screen doesn't mean that's the only color you can key out. So if you see something cool in the stock media library, like lightning, for instance, fire, you can key out the background color and then leave the main thing in the beginning. So this obviously works better in some instances than others, and we're going to show you a few examples.
Yeah, so a great place to start for this effect is just searching your stock media library. Flash animation is a good one. Alpha channel, which that usually brings up some transparent background or backgrounds with the black that we can drag into our timeline. Sometimes they're already transparent on their own. Other times we might have to key them out. So let's see, we've got an explosion here. Let's bring that onto the timeline. Oh, this one is not transparent. So as Max just mentioned, we can chroma key the black background, and that's going to actually knock out the black versus doing it on a green screen. And we can now see this explosion happening on a transparent background. You can see here I'm adjusting the mask. Play with these sliders in your green screen tab, and they will help adjust the key to be a little bit better. Save that. So now we have this explosion happening. Maybe this would be better in our dinosaur scene, actually. Asteroid hitting.
So we got a new comment from BBD Boys, Tyler. He said, sometimes you look oversaturated and skin tone dials it down without interfering with everything else.
Okay.
So I'll have to ask product about whether that feature is on their near timeline. I couldn't give a straight answer right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Skin tone, I believe, would just be our temperature. We do have a saturation slider as well in there, so you can play with that. If you're feeling like it's oversaturated, maybe bring that down a bit. Cool. So we got an explosion happening. Again, when you search the library, you'll find a lot of these cool effects, like lightning, even just, let's see, there's more like cartoony examples as well. Maybe a newscast. So definitely search through the stock media library. As always, we do recommend filtering down when you know what you're looking for. If you want to filter by videos, images, and then there's also this refinement as well.
Perfect. All right. So the next big topic that we wanted to cover today was revisiting how to upload and edit images in bulk. So this is super handy for when you're working on a photo slideshow or bringing a presentation into WeVideo. One thing to point out is that this method is only applicable for images, not videos. And you'll see why in a second.
So you can see here, I've got this photo slideshow happening. We're going to show you how to make that. Very, very easy. In WeVideo, all you're going to want to do, select 3 or more images, and they do need to be images. And then we're going to drag them directly onto the timeline, and that's going to give us this dialog box. From here, we can select the seconds that we want each picture to be on screen. So let's go for 3 seconds. You can also use frames if that's easier for you. And then just apply the animation to the photos. So if you want your photos to remain static, you just uncheck this, but the animation usually is pretty nice. So let's apply that and hit done. And now you will see each one of these photos is on our timeline for 3 seconds each, and it's got a simple animation automatically applied. We can go in and adjust this animation if we want. So sometimes, depending on the picture, it might not be perfect. You might get a little edge from the automatic selection. So just double check this and adjust your animation as need be. Next, we can simply highlight all these, add a transition, and now we've got a nice crossfade happening to each one of these. And the simple way to adjust the duration of those transitions is, again, just right click when you're selected, and we can adjust. Well, that's adjusting the see if I can get the transition here. Oh, well, that will adjust the duration of your actual images. There should be a way. Oh, I think it's in here.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So we can also adjust the transition duration. You're going to want to click into the actual transition itself, and then I can make these quicker, and then select all. Make sure you're selecting all, and that will adjust each one of your transitions on the timeline, as you can see there. That's a very, very quick way to get photos in a slideshow with a nice transition. Again, double check, especially when you add transitions, you might end up with some of this border. And then just double check your animation and make sure that you're not revealing any of the edges of the photo.
All right, so we just got another question came in, Tyler. This one's from Wagon Tails Pet Care, and I think we should just go ahead and show this. This is a fun one.
Okay.
They're asking, this isn't pertinent to the current discussion, but you've gone over it before, I think. Can you review how you run a video inside someone looking at a laptop or tablet, or point me to a video that covers it? So basically, how do we do the picture-in-picture effect inside a laptop or TV or computer?
Cool. Yeah, let's do that real quick. This is basically like screen replacement, I guess is what it would be called. Let's search green screen TV, maybe.
Yeah, I think if we don't find one or a good option here, what we could do is just show it with cropping, but it looks like there's a lot of options.
Yeah,
so yeah, I think there's a bunch
here.
of different ways to do this, but you could take something like this.
So screen replacement, especially, it is a more advanced technique, especially if the video itself is not static. So my first tip for you is going to be find a clip like this in which the TV itself is static, no movements happening at all with your camera. That's going to be very important. Even some of these older TVs that have it's like curve to the screen might look a little different, funny. So I think this clip would be great. Let's use that. And basically all we're doing here is using our green screen method, revealing the TV itself, and then anything we put underneath this. So let's find a clip. I can put myself on TV. This was probably some example we demoed. And then you can see it's revealing the bottom clip in our layer. And I can adjust this clip by double clicking, going to my transform tab, scaling, and then just filling this TV screen. Okay, so save those changes. And simple as that. Again, it will get more complicated if you have a shot that's actually moving around. Most of these appear to be static. Yeah, like this one. If
That one would be tough.
see how it's
Yeah.
moving. Yeah. So if you did something like this, show you what's going to happen. Oop. It's just going to look a little funny because, well, we've got those markers there too. But because of that movement, here we go. There's that motion happening. So it makes it a little more difficult. So just keep that in mind.
Did we want to show it just if she doesn't have a green screen TV, like how we would go about doing it, just kind of cropping it and placing it over it?
Yeah, that's a good point. We could also, let's use.
So we could just do the same clip. Yeah.
Yeah. So
in an instance, I guess, where you've got the TV frame, but it's not green, so you can't key out whatever's on it. The alternative method would be to just crop whatever you're trying to put it and make it kind of fit.
Yeah, you're just going to have to keep in mind the sizing, right? So a little less freedom with cropping, but it's still possible. So if I crop my clip, and it's just going to take some trial and error. Just a little bit of, playing around with these crop edges. So line it up exactly with your TV. And that is another way to do it.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, Wagon Tails, let us know if you have any further questions on that. Cool. Sweet. Do we want to quickly go over syncing audio bit, or do we want to just...
Up to you. I don't know how we're doing on time. If we're getting any more questions. I know we definitely wanted to just shout out the summer templates out here. There's some new ones, and we are running the summer contest, obviously.
Yeah.
So check these out.
From here to the end of July, we have our summer contest going on now. We could paste the link there in the chat. This is a great way to win some free stuff, a year subscription to WeVideo, as well as some awesome video equipment. All you have to do is make a 30-second or less video on the topic of summer vacation. And so we have some awesome summer templates to help you get you started. And you can check those out in the seasonal category. All right, just got a question that came in. This one's from, it's like Ian Will 93. Quick question on the Chrome extension. Okay. Will there ever be a screen recorder that we can access from outside of the app? Kind of seems like you already answered the question, but yeah, if you're on the education plan, we have our Chrome extension feature that's available right now. And in terms of whether or not we're planning on rolling that out to the individual plans, that I believe is still undecided.
Yeah, up in the air, I think.
Yeah.
There is, obviously, we have the recorder function. Show that real quick, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you want to just go over? audio?
I mean, he's asking about outside the app. I mean, if I knew the answer, I would tell you. I don't know yet. So I can say that if there is a plan to roll it out to the individual plans, Tuesday Tips and Tricks will be the first place you'll hear about it.
Yep. We'll cover the whole extension if that's
exactly. But yeah, that whole topic is something we haven't really covered yet because it's exclusive to just the education plans. Awesome. Well, cool. The last thing that I guess we'll quickly go over is our WeVideo affiliate program. This is another episode that we did in 2021, about a month or two ago. We had special guest Kim Garst come online, who makes a whole living with her business through affiliate programs. And WeVideo has one. She's an active member. And this is a great way, if you love using WeVideo, to get paid for your recommendations. You can either join our affiliate program, in which case you get direct payments. It's 20% of whatever account you refer. Alternatively, we have our Refer a Friend program where you can get account credit. You can check out both at the bottom of our website in the footer under affiliate program.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out, signing up, especially if you already have a good YouTube presence or even if you're starting out.
Cool. Last comment here from Wagon Tails. Wagon Tails Pet Car says, I'm biased, but I'd love to see more additional templates that feature dogs and cats. Any hope, especially in the dog walking space?
All right. I think that we did do a dog day. That's probably coming out. I don't think it's here yet. There are some dog ones I know in here already.
But yeah, Tyler, you're part of the template team, so you'd probably know better than me what's on the horizon. That looked like something I just saw. It's like a pet thing.
I just saw a dog one.
There it is.
Pet day.
Yeah.
This one was more, I think, like veterinarian based.
But like, yeah, I
there's
guess
definitely
dog
some
walking.
more. I know Dog Day was one I just did, but that's probably in the future.
Okay. So it sounds like we've got some coming out in the near future.
Yeah. I mean, we love dogs and cats too. Here's one. There's a couple National Pet Day, Adopt a Pet Day. But again, these are really here to just inspire you. So take some of these ideas and make your own dog video.
And all of those clips are from the stock media library. So
yeah, everything you find in the templates will be from the stock media library, as well as motion titles from WeVideo itself.
Okay. So to answer your question, Wagon Tails, we've got some, and there's plan to have more in the future. So stay tuned. I think our next release is in August.
That sounds right.
And then I guess National Dog Day is later this month, so there's templates for that. Cool. Well, sweet. Quick reminder, everyone attending today, that today will be our last episode of July. We're taking at least the next 2 weeks off, and then 2 more weeks in August. So best way to stay tuned and see what's coming up next is to subscribe to our Tuesday Tips and Tricks notifications on our landing page. You can access that through the blog, and then go to the video tips section and sign up for email notifications there. Or to follow us on YouTube and subscribe. You'll get an update ahead of time when we're coming out with a new live video. Awesome. Well, if there's no more questions, I want to thank everyone for joining us today and encourage everyone to go check out our Creator Community Summit that's going on right now, as well as make sure to participate in our summer vacation video contest. Great way to win some free stuff. And it's just fun to do. Awesome. You got anything to add, Tyler?
No. I'll check out the summit as well if if you're interested, there's lots of good stuff happening today, tomorrow, and Thursday, right?
Yep. Cool. Well, thanks again, everyone, for joining, and we will see you all in a few weeks. Bye, everyone.
See you guys.